As we all know, Clash Royale is a pretty pay-to-win game, and one of the reasons why people say the game is pay-to-win are evolutions. Whether you're talking about how broken some of them are, or how the price got increased, people commonly say that this is an area where the game is pay-to-win. Another one of these pay-to-win complaints about evolutions are about free-to-plays getting them. But the last point got me thinking, are evolutions actually hard to get for free-to-play players? That is what I'll be finding out in today's video, and the way I'll do it is comparing free-to-play evolution progression nowadays to when they first came out. So with the intro done, let's get started. I'll be first going over evolutions when they came out, because most of you guys probably didn't know how it was back then. When evolutions came out, Supercell boasted 4 methods of getting them, so let's dissect every method. The best method of getting them were from the season shop. If you don't know what the season shop is, it was just a shop that resetted every season. By playing game modes in the events tab, you get season tokens and use these season tokens inside the season shop. Now I'm not going to go over the history of the season shop, because that can be a video for another day. But what I will be talking about is the amount of evolutions you could get from it. Every season you would be able to buy 1 wild shard as well as 3 random shards. The 3 random evolution shards would typically be evolutions that had been released a few months ago. In total, for those 4 evolution shards, you need 36,000 season tokens. That is a lot of season tokens. To put this into perspective, you could only get 1,000 season tokens every day. And because a season would only last 27 to 35 days, that meant you wouldn't be able to get every evolution shard, plus anything from the shop itself. But considering the pass royale, challenges and events could give out season tokens, it wasn't as bad as I was making it out to be. Although even then, because the evolution shards costed so many season tokens, most players only bought 1 or 2 shards, especially to free-to-play players. So that was the first and best method. The second best method was the King's Journey. By progressing in the King's Journey, you could get 10 random evolution shards. That sounds great. 10 evolution shards should be good, right? Well, there's a huge caveat to these 10 free evolution shards, and that caveat was that you had to be close to King level 15. And because King level 15 came out in that update, most if not all players weren't even close to getting 1 shard. And that was the second best method. So overall, it doesn't actually look too good for evolution progression. But hey, at least there's still a third and fourth method. Both methods should add up to at least something. Well, I'm just gonna group both of these together because they practically amount to the same. The third and fourth method were shop offers and challenges. Now when evolutions first came out, you could actually get 2 free wild shards from the shop, as well as 4 free wild shards from 4 challenges. But after the first 2 weeks, Supercell didn't add any wild shards to challenges, or any shop offers that costed gold or gems that could give us evolution shards. In fact, I don't think Supercell ever brought back evolution shards to challenges. So to summarize, the season shop was the only good method, and even then you had to sacrifice a good amount of resources to get them. The King's Journey method practically didn't even exist, and the shop offers and events method actually didn't exist. So overall, for most free-to-play players in June of 2023, they normally only got 1 wild shard and maybe a random shard. So 2 shards every season. So as we can see, 2023's evolution progression is pretty bad. Well, we can only go up from here. So let's see how good evolution progression is nowadays. There are 2 guaranteed ways of getting them, there are 2 random ways of getting them, and 2 non-renewable ways of getting them. So already this is a better start than before. And the best part is all of these methods are viable, unlike in 2023 where half of the methods were straight up a lie. So first, let's start off with the guaranteed methods. The first guaranteed method and the most obvious one is the pass royale. From the pass royale you can get 2 free wild shards, 1 on tier 70 and 1 on tier 90. So we're already guaranteed 2 wild shards every month, which is better than the 1 wild shard per month in 2023. The second guaranteed method and the more unknown method are from events. Now you may be wondering, how are events a guaranteed method of getting evolution shards? Well, all you have to really do is look at previous seasons. If you looked at the events list from April 2025 to now, you would see that every season has given us 3 evolution shards of an old evolution. And there are 2 reasons why. The first and smaller reason is the pattern. The pattern is that the 3 evolution shards we get or evolutions released 4 months ago. The evolution Snowball got released in December of 2024, and 4 months later you could get a half an evolution Snowball. The evolution Dart Goblin came out in January of 2025, and you could get half of the evolution in May. The evolution Lumberjack came out in February of 2025, and you could get half of it in the June season. And the same thing with this season. Evolution Hunter got released in March, and you could get half of it in July. This means with this pattern we can see which half evolution we can get for the next 4 months. This means next season we're guaranteed half an evolved Executioner, the next season afterwards we're guaranteed half an evolved Witch, and so on and so forth. That was the first reason, the pattern. But the second reason isn't the pattern, it's actually confirmed. You see, when the season shop got removed, Supercell promised that the rewards from the season shop would be moved to events. And 2 of the main rewards from the season shop were guaranteed to pop up at least once in events. The first promised reward was a book of cards, and the other reward was the half evolution. This means as long as you grind the game, you're guaranteed at least 5 evolution shards per season. That's almost a full evolutionary season. And keep in mind, we still have 4 more methods of getting evolutions. To be granted, they aren't guaranteed on a seasonal basis, but the fact that you can get more evolution shards after this is crazy. So let's talk about them. The first random method of getting them are from lucky drops. You can get these evolution shards from 4-star and 5-star lucky drops. The 4-star lucky drop can only give you 1 wild shard, and it has a 3% chance of dropping from it. And a 5-star can give out a full evolution, and it has a 4.3% chance of dropping, although there can be 2 downsides to the full evolution. The first downside is that it is random, so you can't choose which full evolution you can get. And the second downside is that it sometimes doesn't even give you 6 evolution shards. This is a bit confusing because I said you could get a full evolution, but then I said sometimes you can't get 6 shards. So let me show you how it works. So I have 2 cannon evolution shards. If I then got a 5-star that would give me an evolved cannon, I will only get 4 evolution cannon shards because it only takes me 4 cannon shards to give me a full evolution. So my tip is, if you get half an evolution, then try to evolve it as quickly as possible, so you will minimize the amount of shards you will waste. The second random method of getting evolutions are from events that don't contain half an evolution. These events usually contain either a wild shard or a full evolution Supercell handpicked. The reason why the wild shard and the full evolution event aren't combined with the half evolution events are because these events are truly random. We could go multiple months without one of these events, or get multiple of these events in a row. These events are truly random. And the final 2 ways that are non-renewable are the King's Journey and the Trophy Road. The King's Journey method is the same method as it was in 2023, which is kinda crazy how it's the only method that has stayed the same. As for the Trophy Road method that got added in this update, this is kinda crazy because Supercell decided to add a full evolution barbarians to the trophy road. Now the full evolution barbarians are split into 2 different trophy milestones. The first 3 barbarian shards are at 5,975 trophies, and the last 3 barbarian shards are at 6,975 trophies. So as we can see here, the amount of evolution shards you can get per month nowadays is way more than the amount back then. Although despite nowadays we get more evolution shards, the amount you need to grind for them isn't the same. All you had to do back then was just get 6,000 season tokens for just 1 wild shard. But nowadays, to guarantee at least 1 evolution wild shard, you now need to get 700 crowns. And with the 3 set evolution shards, instead of being able to buy them whenever you want in the season, you now have to grind out crowns for 5 days at a specific time of the season. So yes, while evolution progression is more fair than how it was back in 2023, the grinding to get them has also increased. Although when you think about it, even for a casual player, they can still get a lot of evolutions because of lucky drops and events. So while it may sound bad that a casual player may never get 1 evolution, they still have the possibility of getting at least a few evolutions from events and lucky drops. So, would I say that evolution progression in Clash Royale is fair? Well, the short answer is yes. Although, if I could change how evolution progression worked in Clash Royale, I would change 2 things. The first change would be making the half evolution more apparent. I think the reason why people still think that evolution progression is unfair, it is because they just see that you have to grind to tier 70 or 90 in the past, and then only assume that they can get 2 wild shards every season. So what I think we're going to do with the half evolution event, instead of making it last like 5 days, it will instead last the entire season. This will make the half evolution more apparent to more people, and it will give more players more of a chance of getting half an evolution. The second change would be with lucky drops. I think it's kind of weird how we jump from 1 shard to 6 shards in just one upgrade. So I think it would make more sense if we moved the 1 wild shard to the 3-star lucky drop, and a 4-star would give 3 shards of a set evolution. Now I think with this change we have to decrease the chance of getting them. I think the chance from a 4-star should go from 3% to 2%, and I think the chance of getting the 1 wild shard from a 3-star should be 1%. So the conclusion is that evolution progression for free-to-play players is fair. It can definitely get improved on, but comparing this to how it was in 2023, it's leagues better. So overall, I hope you learned something from this video, and with that, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Talker CR and BS.